guys, today we're going to be chatting about some new drugstore skincare that I've been loving that not only is more affordable and available because it's at the drugstore, but also incredibly effective, which is very important. I've got some items in here specifically for oily, acne-prone skin, but then a bunch of other stuff that I think would be great for just about any skin type. As always, I will chat my way through, show you some demos, and I'm incredibly excited that this video is sponsored by and in partnership with IndieBlabs. They are one of my favorite Canadian-born brands. You know I love a shout out to a Canadian brand, and I really love their products. You've heard me mention their squalane oil time and time again, the Nano Blur Primer, the Hydroluron Jelly Moisturizer, the list goes on, but they've got some new items that I think you're really gonna love. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna be chatting about some products from some other brands available at the drugstore, so let's go ahead and get started. So if you're not familiar with IndieBlabs, they are a Canadian-born brand, and a big bonus on top of that is they're led by a team of women. And Demetra Davidson is their COO. She's got her hands in everything: sales, marketing, product formulation, but ultimately she's incredibly passionate about skincare. Like, you should see her skin, it's incredible. But you see that in the products. They're very good. I know a lot of you have tried out that squalane oil after I recommended it, and it's available at Shoppers Drug Mart, in store and online. If you're in the US, Ulta, and just launched at Urban Outfitters. If you are in the UK, you can get it at Boots, and for US and Canada, you can actually purchase from the IndieBlabs website. And on there, if you're kind of not sure where to start or you need a little bit more guidance, they do have a quiz, which I think is cool, which kind of gives you recommendations based on your skin types and your skin type and your skin needs. So I'm going to talk about a couple of the new launches that they've come out with. The first launched late last year, and I've been testing it out ever since then, and I am obsessed. So you know how much I love talking about hydrating oily skin, because you can be oily and dehydrated. And if you're not hydrating your skin, it can actually overproduce oils, which can then cause clogged pores and breakouts. So one would think if you can balance your skin and hydrate it, your skin would be more clear and more balanced. Because I don't actually mind having an oilier skin type, it's fine, but I just don't, I want to be balanced. So that is where the Clarify facial oil comes into play. I think that this is incredible. And I know I've talked about facial oils for oily skin in the past, and I think the biggest difference between this one and the other ones is that this one is fragrance free. Sometimes facial oils for oily skin and for acne can have these really strong scents, and whether your skin or just your nose is sensitive to that, this is a great option because it is fragrance free, colorant free, alcohol free, which makes it really great for just about anybody if you're kind of been a little hesitant to try oils. What it does contain, however, is salicylic acid, which is going to exfoliate the dead skin cells, creating smoother and kind of more clear skin. It also gets deeper into your pores to help out with any clogged pores, which will also prevent breakouts. So I think that this is such a good option, but most importantly, it has a really great texture, because I know as someone with oily skin, the thought of putting oils on my face was just, it was bonkers. But this has a great texture. I primarily use this at night. You can use it in the day. I've used it on like no makeup days, but I recommend using this at night. You can put it over your moisturizer. You can even mix a little bit in with your moisturizer. It depends on how much time I have. I always do oil as the last step of my skincare routine. And if you're afraid of like it getting on your pillow and stuff, it does have a good texture. Like, it doesn't like sit heavy on your skin, but I always do my skincare like kind of as early as possible in the night. But even if you want to do your skincare like 20 minutes before you hop into bed, then you won't have any kind of issues with that, because I know having oily skin, we can be a little sensitive to that kind of stuff. But not only does it contain the salicylic acid, which is great for like an oily or acne prone skin type, but you don't want to do, you want to have balancing ingredients in there too. So it's got argan oil, which is non-comedogenic, and that is very nourishing as it's an antioxidant. It's got Nelapure, which is an anti-inflammatory and also helps with the production of oil, and aloe, which can be really soothing, because like I've been suffering from a lot of breakouts, and we have a tendency to use very harsh things, but you also want to be able to soothe your skin. So I think that this is such a great oil to start off on if you're looking to introduce one into your routine. And oils can get kind of expensive as well, and this is a great deal. So let's now move backwards in our routine to their next launch, which I am so excited about this. This is kind of their first foray into cleansers, and these next products that I'm mentioning launch on February 2nd. So this is the IndieBlabs Watermelon Melting Balm. Although it says watermelon though, it is fragrance free, before you ask, colorant free as well. But you know how much I love a balm for makeup removal and for cleansing. And again, this is something to try if you have oily skin. because it also contains hemp seed oil, also known as cannabis sativa seed oil, which is something that is now popping up a lot more in skincare, and I find my skin really likes that. It's like hydrating, but somehow like clarifying. It's really nice. Also contains watermelon seed oil, which has vitamins A and E in there, which are great for kind of brightening the skin. It also just does a really great job as a cleanser. Doesn't just disrupt your skin's moisture barrier. It doesn't leave it feeling stripped, but it also doesn't feel like greasy and heavy. Like, I'm telling you, it is so satisfying. If you've yet to incorporate a balm into your routine, it is time. And then something I thought was kind of interesting about this was they put it in a tube, which there's not many balms that I can think of that come in a tube, and on the little sheet that I have, it's like, gone are the days of getting like balm under your nails. And I'm like, yeah, especially where I tend to have a little bit longer nails now. I'm always kind of scraping from behind and then putting it on my face, and it's a whole thing. So very convenient to have it in the tube as well, but I really love this for makeup removal and for cleansing. I think it's a really nice product, and as I've started doing more recently, I've been using my cleansers and kind of rubbing it on my skin for a longer period of time, especially if it has like great ingredients in there for my skin. I actually want them to spend some time on my skin. So yeah, really loving this new watermelon balm cleanser. And the last new item from them that I'm going to mention is the Circadian night mask. I've been loving to incorporate night masks into my routine since moving to Toronto. Like, it is dry and cold here. Everyone's like, oh, you're from Newfoundland, you're used to the cold. I'm like, no, I'm used to snow, as we saw not long ago in Newfoundland. But this has been really nice, and you can use this at the end of your skincare routine as a night mask, or you can actually use this whether it's like pre-makeup or just in the nighttime before your skincare as kind of like a 15-minute quick hydrating mask, which I really like that it has some like versatility to it. So if you're not one to like wear much of a, because you have like very oily skin and you're not looking to use like a heavier moisturizer at night, this could be something to use as like a treatment during the week. Or if you have like an a drier skin type, this is definitely something you want to think about incorporating into your routine. It contains actually an extract from a plant grown in South Korea, and we know that they know skincare very well, which helps with puffiness, darkness under the eyes, also of course hydration and any kind of dryness that you have on your skin. And then it's got glutamatic, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, acid in there, which creates a film over the skin. And that helps to kind of seal things in, which I think is really important when it comes to a night mask, especially if you're putting it on over all your other skincare. It just kind of like puts everything and kind of amps everything up. So I really like this. And again, if you're a little bit afraid of like putting too much on your face at night, just do it a little bit before you hop in bed. And then it's actually gonna be on your face a little bit longer too. So yeah, that is everything that is new from IndieBlabs. I'm gonna be doing a little like nighttime skincare routine on my IGTV, and there is a giveaway in there to win a ton of IndieBlabs, like stuff that I mentioned today, plus some of my other favorites. So definitely recommend checking that out. The link will be down below, but let's go ahead and move on to the other products. So up next, let's talk about a new line from Olay. And if you've been looking to dabble in the world of retinol, I think that this could be a really great place to start. One of the big things about retinol, and I'll talk about this in another upcoming skincare video that I have, but people are scared of it. It can seem very intimidating, very complicated, and people don't want irritation. I don't. Like, even if I have the opportunity to have amazing skin at the end of it, I don't want to go through a whole bunch of shenanigans. So this line is fragrance free, which is definitely a known irritant. It also contains B3 or niacinamide. You may have heard it as that, and niacinamide is something that I always look for. It's something that I really like. It is great for not only oily acne prone skin, but all skin, because it really helps to hold moisture, and better moisturized skin is going to be less irritated. So they really are kind of pushing that idea that this is a great retinol to try if you have been intimidated by it in the past. And also, there's not a ton of retinols at the drugstore, so it's always great to get more options of things to try. So I really like this line because it contains a serum and a night moisturizer and an eye cream. I've spoken about Olay eye creams before. I really like them, but they say that basically you can use the serum or the night moisturizer, or you can use both, but it's kind of the idea that you can incorporate it into your routine how you like and what suits you. So for me, I have a serum that I enjoy at night, so I've been testing this guy out at night, the night moisturizer, but if you have a night moisturizer that you like, you can also incorporate in the serum, or you could use both at the same time. It's 100% up to you. And if you're curious about kind of the texture of this, whether you have oily skin or dry skin, I think you will like like this. It's, if you've tried their whips, it's a similar-ish texture to the whips, I feel like, and it's nothing too heavy at night. Actually really absorbs really well into the skin, so I feel like this is a great option for anybody. And you know, sometimes retinol is seen as one of those ingredients that you don't use till a little bit later in life, but this is definitely something that I use as a more kind of preventative type of product, because it does deal with, you know, fine lines, wrinkles, but at the same time, retinol is great for brightening skin, smoother skin, texture, pores, acne scarring, sun damage. Like, these are all things that I'm encountering now in my life, so why would I wait to test it out? So yeah, I've really been enjoying this line, and you'll hear me continue to talk about this because I have been testing it out to kind of see what kind of results I can get. Up next, there is a new line coming out from Neutrogena. Again, if you haven't already seen it yet, same to the Olay Retinol. They are all popping up. I've kind of been testing things behind the scenes. I always love a good sneak peek, but they have a new line coming out called Bright Boost. If you're in the US, actually, it is already out. I saw it, I'm pretty sure, when I was in Florida in like October, but coming to Canada now, and it's really exciting because I think if you love the original Hydro Boost line, this is another great line to try because it's all about brightening the skin, which is something that I feel like we all want. So what I've been testing out the most from the line and really loving is the Bright Boost moisturizer, but this is an SPF of 30, and a lot of the time when you get moisturizers plus SPF, it's like SPF of 10, 15, 20, so really happy to see an SPF of 30 in here. I would say that this is a little bit more hydrating than some of their other SPF moisturizers that I've talked about that are really good for oily skin. I wouldn't say that this is bad for oily skin by any means, but I think some of the other ones that I've mentioned don't add such, don't like kind of, I don't want to say like hydrate the skin or sit on the skin, but there's just a little bit more dewiness to it. So if you have a drier skin type, you actually might like this a little more than some of the other ones that I've mentioned, but I've been using this all the time with no issue, and it doesn't turn me purple or super greasy, which is the most important thing when it comes to skin or sun care. Then the other thing that I love is the Bright Boost Illuminating Serum. Honestly, this is something you could like use on your own. It just has this gorgeous finish on the skin. It is also oil-free, alcohol-free, and non-comedogenic, and it contains turmeric, which is actually great if you're looking to brighten the skin. It gently exfoliates, but by no means does it feel harsh. It's supposed to help with dark spots, tone, texture, but very lightweight and looks amazing on the skin. Then you know I love their gel cream. So this is the Bright Boost Gel Cream, but different to the Hydro Boost. This contains mandelic acid, it has PHAs, AHAs, which again are supposed to help exfoliate the skin, that kind of outer layer of the skin, so it gives you a, like, again, like they say, a very bright look to the skin. If you have issues with texture and tone, that is going to help there. And just in general, even just putting this on, I feel like it's got that kind of glow without being greasy or heavy. It has a really nice texture, and also supposed to help with cell turnover, which again is of course going to give you better skin. And then I really like this as well. This is the Bright Boost Resurfacing Micro Polish. And this is kind of like 2 or 3 times a week sort of treatment to really bump things up. You're getting the AHAs in there, the mandelic acid, and it is like a really nice kind of little bit of a facial in a bottle sort of thing if you have a night out coming up, or if you're just kind of looking to help boost the other products that you're using. This is really nice, and I just love the feeling on my skin because you're getting both the physical and the chemical exfoliants in here. Then lastly, I want to mention a new line to Canada anyways from Garnier. I know a few of you actually from the UK, when I talked about this line recently, mentioned you're like, oh, I love that, like it's been here in the UK for a little while, or someone else had mentioned from Canada that they love the line and they picked it up when they went to the UK, and they're like, great, now I don't need to go purchase it elsewhere. So the new kind of, I guess, offset of Garnier is Garnier Bio, and this is a certified organic line. And what I've been loving from them, I mean, Garnier makes really great micellar water, so I've been testing this one out. This is the organic cornflower micellar water, helps to remove makeup and cleanse, good for all skin types, even sensitive. But the reason I really like this, I tend to use micellar waters more in the morning because I don't want to over cleanse my skin. So in the morning, you know, because I took off all my makeup and stuff at night, I've, you know, not got like, obviously I need to clean my skin, but I don't want to like over clean it. So that's why I really like a product like this. Also, you're getting a ton of product in here, which I really enjoy. And something interesting about this, not only is it certified organic, but the bottle contains 100% recycled plastic and is 100% recyclable because, you know, we can be a little bit wasteful at times being beauty lovers. A couple of other things that I've been testing out. You know, I love a good matte moisturizer. If you're like, I want something to moisturize my skin, but I don't want it to feel it, this is a really good one. This is the Organic Lemongrass Balancing Moisturizer, which I've been enjoying. This is a great cleanser. I think this one is formulated for normal to combination skin, so I've really been liking this on nights that I wear makeup. I'll remove my makeup and then I'll go in with a cleanser, and I've been liking this one. It is the Purifying Gel Wash, and it has a really nice texture. It has that gel texture, but I feel like it actually cleans my skin without leaving it feeling like over cleaned and kind of stripped. And then the last item from them is the Organic Smooth and Glow Facial Oil. If you are looking for something that is going to be kind of hydrating and create glowy skin, this is also something I feel like you could mix in with your foundation. If you have dry skin, that's probably something I will never ever do. This is really nice. It says it has a non-greasy finish. You can use it in the morning or the evening. And with any of the skincare, as it mentions on that package, it's kind of reminding me, bring it down your neck as well, because it can tend to get a little bit forgotten. But yeah, those are just a few of the new things at the drugstore. You know I love talking about new drugstore stuff and new skincare as well, because like I said, it's affordable, it's effective, it's available. It's kind of the trifecta. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out IndieBlabs. I will link them down below, and enter my giveaway if you would like to try out some of the products for yourself. That IGTV will be linked below if you would like some more information. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.